In the previous related episode, we have discussed the 4 golden rules of using a comma correctly, and here comes the 5th rule. Let's see how comma is used with but and for. When but and for are used as conjunctions, they are preceded by a comma. Like, my grandfather is above 80, comma, but he is still very active. So here it is used before the conjunction but. Next, we shifted to a new house, comma, for our old house did not have enough parking space. Again, for is the conjunction, for it is preceded by a comma. However, when but and for are used as prepositions, they are not separated by a comma. Like, but Mr. Gupta were present at the meeting. So there is no comma before but, right? Or, I purchased these books for my daughter, Pudding. Again, there is no comma. See why the following sentences do not need a comma. She is efficient but short-tempered. Only single words are connected with but. Again, she is talented but needs guidance. Verb needs does not have an independent subject. Let's see the role of commas in clauses. But first, let's understand what are defining and non-defining clauses, and that relative clauses can be either defining or non-defining. Observe the sentence, the officer who issued this order is a very honest person. Who issued this order is a defining relative clause. Why? Because it defines the noun officer and it also answers the question which officer. Now see this sentence. Mr. Gupta, comma, who issued this order, comma, is a very honest person. In this sentence, who issued this order is a non-defining relative clause. Because Mr. Gupta, being a specific individual, does not need to be defined, and we cannot ask the question which Mr. Gupta, right? I am going to the airport to receive my father who is coming from Paris is a non-defining clause because my father does not need to be defined. Again, I am going to the airport to receive some guests who are coming from Paris is a defining clause. Why? Because guests need to be defined. Need to know guest, right? Now understand, a non-defining relative clause is separated from the rest of the clauses with a comma, and a defining clause is not separated in this way. For example, Dr. Kothari, comma, who is a cardiologist. This is a non-defining clause, hence there is a comma. But in the sentence, we should consult some doctor who is a cardiologist is a defining clause. Therefore, there is no comma. And that's all in this episode. In the next episode, we will learn about the correct usage of other elements of punctuation like the semicolon, the colon, the inverted commas, etc. So, stay tuned.